coverage on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Makes the grab. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
The Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Powers through the defender. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
So it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Mustangs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Got it behind the line. It's Maryland. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
The Mustangs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Might as well give it to him again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put it in on it to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Unloads to the right. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the Mustangs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He'll throw it. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
11th play of this opening drive coming up at this one, a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Absolutely center cut. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback making adjustments. Lopez wants to fire. That's caught. It's shipped.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Using the quick game. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Here's the handoff. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Got his man, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Quarterback now breaking the field. There he goes. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the 1st down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice 3rd down conversion by the quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Toss sweep to the right. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail. and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
With the run on 1st and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to power it in. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to take the lead. They'll try to power it in. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive.
Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Great place to start for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. There's the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
He's moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, I think you're seeing a lot of resiliency from this quarterback these last couple of plays. Got sacked on 1st down, 2nd in California, and that last scramble, I know it didn't get the 1st, but it at least makes this 3rd down a whole lot more manageable now. Let's see if he can make a play here and keep his offense on the field.
The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Off the play fake. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
On 4th down, going to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Knight. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. On the run, it's Goss. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Lopez to pass. Fires to the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And with the extra point, it's now 10-2. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running it to the right. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Off play action. Stands in and takes the hit. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. The second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Lopez wants to fire. Gonna take a shot. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. He's at the 10. Touchdown, SMU. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They have some time here late in the half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Pulls it in, it's shipped. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Lopez to pass. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by 11 to Kansas State. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward in a game that could shake up the CUSA race significantly.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude. They didn't.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Fires to the big fella. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Harden. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And the Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. The option look. He'll toss it. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving away from pressure. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown Mustangs! All that baby in and then straight. Into the end zone for the score.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Give to the running back. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Mustangs will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Might be looking to run. He'll pull it down and run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Now on second down. Lopez wants to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's shipped. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
The Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. It's complete. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's shipped. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Lopez to pass. Looking left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
On third down, going up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Shep. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Wants to keep it in the air. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, UNC! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. New Mexico is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside University Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to New Mexico State. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off the blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Carolina offense returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Lopez wants to fire. Bring in the heat. Hit as he throws. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. To the ground with the back. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the air on 2nd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And it's a live ball. Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Throws to the wideout. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Get this drive started from the 29. Looking downfield on 1st down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run play action. Got his man downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line. They're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Lopez to pass. He fires one deep over the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. They want to run this quarterback. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
On the option. Turning it on. He's loose. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, SMU. And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he knows how to finish in style, a 66-yarder to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Lopez wants to fire. Gets it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Tar Heels want to move quickly.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack.
SMU 31, North Carolina 16.
They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Sends it downfield. Makes the catch at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Jacksonville State is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 32 to Kansas State. Two fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
On the move, it's Harden. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
As sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And the Mustangs come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Power football with the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Here comes the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And as
This offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to try.
It's a seam wide open. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. And now on second down for this offense. Lopez to pass. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
It doesn't matter what the defense has tried to do. Man coverage, zone coverage, blitz, whatever. Quarterback has been locked in. 350 passing yards now.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Mustangs need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Back to pass, it's Jennings. That's caught, it's Maryland. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And after that completion, it's decision time now for the head coach. Do you kick a field goal, add to your lead, make it more difficult on the opposing offense, or do you trust your quarterback to make one more big completion here and ice the game?
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds.
That's just not going to get it done, David. At this point of the game, you're trailing. You've got to pick up the urgency, and this offense is going to have to get more aggressive throwing downfield.
They're going to have to take shots, but I know that, right? The defense knows that. I'm going to stay deep, and I'm going to let you complete all these passes underneath because the clock running is my friend.
Fires downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.